Men don't talk about their feelings. That's what they tell us.
No, we talk. We just joke our way around the truth.
Yeah, and they wonder why we're pissed off, tired, and one bad day from blowing everything up.
We're not experts.
We're not therapists.
We're three loud guys in our 40s who've screwed up, kept going, and learned some hard shit the wrong way.
We're going to argue.
Say the wrong thing.
And sometimes, accidentally, say the right way.
This isn't self-help.
This is self-honest.
If you are barely holding it together, like us, good. You are in the right place.
Well, guys, welcome back, you degenerates. We are going to do another podcast here. I apologize that it's been a while. It's been 3.5 weeks or so. We actually have one or two that are ready to come out that our person that we said that was going to help produce, shit the bed completely. So
All right.
while he's getting back on that, we are going to go ahead and record this, and I will do that. So you guys might be getting a few, 2, 3 this week. So hopefully by the time you guys hear this, those other two are out. So we are now into May.
Could have been May.
Yep. Yeah. Anyway, so before we get started, make sure to, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to our podcast. We are available on any podcast platform that you can find, Spotify, Apple, the whole works. So, and another thing, again, we are not experts. We do not pretend to be experts. We are basically three idiots in our mid to late 40s and just talking about the guy stuff, and hopefully that you guys can relate to that. So again, I apologize. It's been a while since we've put one out, but we are looking to go ahead and put some more out here so that way we can get rolling and hopefully get you guys something, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Cheers.
Right. Right.
Well, thank you.
Meow. Meow.
Yeah.
All right. It's been a while.
Yeah. So do you guys need to loosen up a little bit?
We do.
Yeah. Go ahead and get yourselves talking about something here. It doesn't matter what it is yet.
What do we want to talk about? Talk about something. Somebody say something. Yeah. Otherwise, off camera.
Yeah.
Even when we're trying to get started.
Yeah.
Episode called FD where the UFC fighters on.
I love that.
Tebow sucks going down to the first round.
I love that show. I missed that show.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Everything that Broken Lizard's done actually has been very...
Yeah, just about everything. There's a couple that weren't great, but...
I'm hoping the third one's better than the second one.
Yeah, let's hope.
Tell you what, I like that other one they just did. The what is that? The medieval one. What the hell's the name of it? He has the hump in the back.
Quasimodo.
Name of the movie.
Yeah.
But I like dinosaurs. When's the last time someone asked you?
I don't know that anybody's ever asked me what my favorite dinosaur was. Yeah.
What? I was always T-Rex or Velociraptor almost all the time.
Those are solid choices.
Brontosaurus.
That adds up.
Yeah, you would be.
Except what a carnivorous Brontosaurus. I eat some.
You kind of sound like a brontosaurus sometimes. Should we find one? Should we find one?
Yeah. What do you think a brontosaurus would sound like?
Yeah. Gretchen's giving her opinion.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Did eat my tree stars? Wait, that dog.
That was the dog right
that
behind
you,
me.
Reggie?
Yes, that was. Yeah, that sounds like Nothing. Not that time. No.
All right. After the ads, of course. I hate YouTube sometimes. It's what a brontosaurus supposedly sounds like.
Take a drill forward.
I mean, can confirm Brian has sounded like that.
Just like an hour ago.
I think maybe he is a brontosaurus.
He was trying to get out of the chair.
His tail was just growing.
All right. Well, I guess I'll tell a little story. I told you guys already, but before we get in, maybe this is something that that's maybe some of our followers can take to heart here. The past week or so, I've been in and out of the hospital the past couple of days. Turns out I had an eye stroke, if you will. And I noticed some blurry vision a couple of months ago, and I didn't do anything about it. And believe it or not, luckily I got a piece of rust in my eye and had to go to the faster care.
Luckily,
luckily
you got
because
a piece of rust in your eye.
well, because it could have gotten worse.
Agreed. Right.
And so I went to faster care to get that pulled out, and they told me to go follow my eye doctor. I did, and he sent me down to a specialist in the emergency department to have that looked at. And it turns out I had an eye stroke, and it was just going to get worse if I had not had it looked at or treated. So, guys, get yourself checked out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Take care of yourselves.
Yep. Yes.
You want to be around.
Not just eye strokes, but I mean, yeah. Well, if you're not feeling well, go get yourself
Just
checked
in
out.
general,
Yes.
it's okay to go get checked out. I
Yes.
mean, old school was, oh, I'm fine. I mean, we've all done that.
Mhm.
I'm fine.
And like Espen said the other day, whenever he first heard me, he's like, "Yeah, why aren't you wearing like your eye protection?" And I said, "It was fine. I didn't really need it." And he looks at me and just goes, "You can't see boobs, Dad. I mean, you can't hear boobs, Dad. You know." Like, I
That's
guess
a valid point.
that makes sense. So
That's a valid point.
yeah. I'm blind, but I feel. I mean, maybe to you that would take away an
I mean,
opportunity.
He probably saw it in a movie somewhere.
Actually, yeah.
Right? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What movie? Hear no evil, see no evil? That was a great one. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right, guys. So, let's go ahead and pull this up. Today is actually going to be our 7th episode on this stuff, and the episode is going to be Fathers, Sons, and Unfinished Business. Ready? No, you do not. Please don't touch anything. We got it all set up. Please don't do that. All right.
Don't touch it.
Last
touch it.
thing that we need. Okay. All right. So we've been kind of messing around with our format here, and what I think works for us is, instead of trying to segue, because we are terrible at segueing into just about anything, we're going to have like 4 questions that we answer, and then the main question at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm down with that.
So that way you guys have a clear area that we can cut off and start a different topic.
I like that.
That we do that, because you guys like to go off topic.
That's the name of the podcast, everybody.
You guys listen, I'm not quite as bad, but I'm pretty bad myself.
I mean, we try to keep each other in line.
Yeah. So hold on, we're gonna get there. So we're gonna do a little intro to this, right? It is, we all have stories about our dads, right?
Sure.
Some had great dads, some had tough ones, and some weren't there physically, some weren't there anyway. right? Whether we realize it or not, a lot of how we think, react, handle pressure, etc., can be attributed to our fathers, and it comes from that relationship. The problem is that most men don't ever really go back and look at it. We just kind of carry it, right? So tonight we're going to go ahead and get into that. We're going to, we're going to think about what we learned, what we didn't, and how it still shows up in our lives, whether we like it or not. So what I like about this is going to be an interesting topic, because the way I see it, having history with all three of our dads, sort of like Brian and I, and Kevin, two completely different worlds. So it's going to be, I'm pretty interested to see how this podcast is going to play itself out. So,
Bring it on.
yes,
Let's do it.
So the first question one.
Question one.
All right. And we'll start with you, Kevin. Let's start on a positive note. Right. What did your dad actually teach you about being a man, whether he meant to or not?
Jeez, man. I mean, growing up in my family, I mean, we grew up on the farm, and it was just, I mean, whether you wanted to or not, there's farm work that needed to be done. So it didn't matter how your feelings were. If you come home in a bad mood or you weren't really feeling good, there were still things that needed to be done. So he taught me that just get your work done.
Well,
get your chores done, get the choring done, because there, honestly, as a farmer, there are no days off. It's a hard life, and I can't really speak that I had the worst life of it, because I wasn't on the farm every day like my aunts and uncle and dad.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you would think that maybe stemming from that story, what was the biggest takeaway of that? Responsibility?
Yeah.
So that way, you have
hard work.
responsibility.
It's just instilling work ethic, I guess.
Sure. Work ethic, responsibility. Okay.
And
All
just,
right.
yeah, taking care of your family and just working.
Very good. Brian? This is where we're going to get a little tougher.
It's all right.
Positive effects of the way I grew up. And it taught me who I wanted not to become. Right? It taught me how I shouldn't do that. I can't do that. Now, what they call them now, generational traumas, or whatever their official term is now, like it's a generational thing in the family, I think that it stopped with me, that I broke that. But I have my failures, a lot of it because of the way I was brought up and not even thinking about stuff. Like seeing things, being okay, that must be normal, but then being out there and you don't see it, like what?
Mm-hmm.
On how to be a man, and I used to know that that's why I was almost 30. Yeah, so that is a little bit taught me a lot of what I know, but most of it's just doing the opposite.
I mean, really, do any of us really know what we're doing?
No, of course not.
I mean, there's no manual to.
Hers is different, but it's a lot of people take that and think, oh, I hate my parents the way I grew up, and I've never done that because
Yeah.
I always just see it as hate.
No.
That's a great attitude to have, honestly, out of the situation. I mean, yeah. You could have been, yeah. Well, joining the military was a big part of that too. I mean, you were part of that as a kid. Weren't you part of ROTC growing up?
Yeah.
And you were involved in activities, right?
Yeah.
You were like you were staying busy. There could have been worse things than that. But dude, I wish I could have seen you guys more. as
Mhm.
kids. I really like we only got to see each other like what, a handful of times a year,
Yeah.
maybe a little more than that.
Yeah. And that sort of helps me piggyback into my answer to that question. And sort of to piggyback against Brian, because we had the same father. A lot of it for me was the lack of presence, right? Not only him, but being able to spend time with other family members and things like that. A lot of it was the lack of responsibility and the avoidance of that responsibility. One the next, I don't want to lead into the next question too much yet, but um, we talk about that, and those are some of the things that he did teach me, even though he didn't mean to, because that was
Mm-hmm.
the antithesis of what I wanted to model myself as. I wanted to be more present. I wanted to be the provider, right? Um, a- and uh, and I wanted to be somebody who was responsible
Mm-hmm.
and could be trusted and could be counted on, because we did not get that through our father. Now, Brian wasn't around as much, but our mother's father did show us the right example a lot of times. Him and his wife and my grandma, they did a very good job of helping to raise us and 4 separate generations at one time
Mm-hmm.
in that house. Was quite a task, and they did really do an excellent job where our father was not there. So, yeah, that was a good one. So the next
Your
one,
light just went like, did you go dark?
yeah, he's
Oh, is it like AI or something? Oh, you're actually doing it. Okay.
yes, he's pressing the buttons.
I'm like,
So,
all right.
Brian, I'm going to start with you for question 2. Right? Okay. Question 2 was, what wasn't there that you wish had been?
Stability.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think just someone to, I guess, show me the hard work and just let me see them be successful at stuff. And I wish I had it does create a constant doubt in you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that. I guess to that point is whenever our father did decide to put his heart into something, he did do pretty well at it.
Yeah.
So that determination, once he picked what he was going to do, I don't want to ever say that what he did was the right thing, right? But when he did do something, he was good at it. He excelled. He did a lot of acting and things like that, and it's
Mhm.
something that he enjoyed,
Mhm.
to the detriment of his family a lot of times. And to the detriment of his own financial situation, because he wanted to do that instead of actually having a job and being responsible. So he
Mhm.
would deliver papers and literally just have enough money to feed himself and get an efficiency and spend all of his time doing acting.
Wow.
So the determination was one of the things that he did, that that I can see now. What we're coming up on 15 years, just over 15 years since he's passed. Yeah, but that's one of those things. Just a fatherly figure from my father would be something that was missing. We just didn't have a lot of that. We'd see him on baseball game nights and on Christmas Eve, and that was it. We'd see him from April till late June, twice a week, and then I'd see him on Christmas Eve, and then that was pretty much it. That's all we had. Kevin, what was missing for you?
Can you repeat the question?
What was missing? What is something that Yes. What's something
There we
there?
go.
Yes.
Thank
What
you.
wasn't there that you wish would have been? Thank you, Brian.
Maybe a little more positive reinforcement, a little more of the, there was a lot of negativity.
Okay.
You don't need to do that. We don't need, and I mean, he's not wrong. I didn't need to do a lot of things, but, yeah, maybe a little bit more of the positive, hey, good job, which I got later on,
Mm-hmm.
just not in the moment, which I don't know. I was trying to, be an aspiring athlete and play some from college sports to call or from high school sports to college sports. And, you know, and even on when I later years down the road playing semi-pro, like he even came to, a couple games that, I was in and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, I guess it took it was delayed, but when I was a kid, it was more what you did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just, I don't
Now-
know. I guess I wish it was a little more positive than that, but looking back, I guess, I don't know.
That's a very good point. Especially yeah. But that also made him want to like fool me or try to impress him, And just that because no matter you can go out and move things. It's like
Oh, dude.
but that's what it drove me socially circumstances. I was like, I don't show him.
We talk about this all the time. It's great.
Yeah.
We played sport, we all played sports together growing up, and whether it be anywhere from wiffle ball to football to basketball or throwing balls at each other or dodgeball.
Like remember we got the mini football goal was Penn State.
Yep.
And,
Yep. Yep. And then yep. Spent hours doing shit like that.
Yep.
Like hours doing that shit.
Yep. Listen, one of my favorite stories from your dad, and I know you, Kevin, you don't believe me whenever I say this, is that man never talked to me, never said more than like one or two words at a time to me ever until after I turned 18 years old. Never, ever had a conversation with me. It was never anything until I
Really?
was 18 years old, and I was up a Slippery Rock, and I would come to visit your parents and Diana every now and again, or your sister, because we're only like 6 weeks apart. So we would, I would go there. That's the first time he ever actually had a conversation with me. Was
Jeez,
until
man.
then.
College.
Yeah, I was 18 years old.
Wasn't I came back from boot camp, and then it was sitting on the couch.
I'm sure he told you guys to stop that or be quiet or sometime throughout. I mean, come on. All of our parents at that point, come on, be quiet.
Mhm.
Sit down. Wow. Yeah, they got along.
Yeah, they did.
They got along.
All right. The next question 3, guys. We're actually doing pretty good here. We're going to go ahead and bring it into the present. And the question is, what parts of that did you carry into your own life, good or bad? What's some good things and bad things that your father may have showed or taught you, whether he wanted to or not, that you've carried into your own life?
I mean, I think everything. I mean, just everything. Everything I've learned about really being a man. I've learned. I mean, and in the later part in life was more at the retirement and the things like that was, the more emotional side,
Mhm.
On the, winding down in life, you get a little more emotional, family centered, less job centered, more family centered, I guess a little bit later on in life. And that's kind of where I'm trying to put my forefront now a little earlier. you know. Yeah.
Is there anything that you swore that you'd never do that he did that
Oh,
you end up doing?
golly. Being negative about people's dreams and responsibilities and different things, and just kind of, I mean, more about, you know, temper your dreams down, like the percentage of people that actually do very well. It was more focused on blue collar physical labor work.
Mm-hmm.
Always paid the bills. And, you know, and I've done that throughout my life and got into more management and things, but to lessen the strain on my body. But I just, I mean, everything I tried to do was to make him proud.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter how far I went in my career, was to kind of to make him and my family proud, and to put the food on the table regardless.
Right.
Because
Okay.
that's what he showed to do. So that's what I was trying to do after my, you know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
those insights. I appreciate
I
it.
just, I don't know.
Brian?
Sometimes can't shut up.
I don't know, they transferred, I guess, at the start. But also when I realized I was about to have a problem with drinking, when I was in my mid-20s, and I was like, well, I've seen what I'm feeling and what I have done and I've seen before. It's time to maybe slow down a bit.
Mhm.
I mean, other than that, it's like before, really not that
I think every person that has a relationship with their dad, whether it's good or bad, tries to correct the experiences that they had.
Sure.
Because everybody has their own opinion of how they want a situation to go or want a decision to go.
Yeah.
You know, obviously kids, you want to always get your way, right? But as parents, we all have a different perspective on that. Now that there are kids, to
Yeah.
keep them safe. So,
and no parent is ever perfect. You know,
well,
they
I feel
try,
that
you know.
at least every man that I know that knew their dad growing up, regardless of how that relationship was, tried to correct those faults
Mhm.
in their own
Sure.
life. And I think that's kind of a normal thing for a man.
Yeah.
That's a normal thing for a man to
Yeah.
do, right?
And yeah, actually, that, believe it or not, that actually transitions into my answer for this question pretty well
Okay.
too. Because I like to say I use my father as a cautionary tale.
Okay.
Meaning that there are situations that come up, and I'm like, and I would say to myself, my dad would have done this. So I'm going to go ahead and do the exact opposite. And that has usually led to a more successful outcome.
I mean, my goodness.
No,
I'm not, you crushed that. You crushed that, dude. Home run.
I'm just saying, like, we you know, he does this with like you just mentioned, like the drinking and things like that. Like,
Yeah. But your guys' perspective of that changed your look in your life on that, because it made you not want to follow that same mistake, correct?
Exactly.
Don't worry, yeah, but dad did it. So I started planning for someone else, but
Yeah.
I get to the.
So you
Fuck the plan.
So you
Yeah.
find yourself repeating some things. Yeah, it happens. Whether,
I mean, regardless of whether we want to or not, I think we do that. At least, like,
no, you're right.
I think every person, every man ever that knew their dad was like, I'm definitely not going to do this like him.
Yeah. Then you end up doing it.
And then does it. Yeah. Oh, I love that story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we make the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
There are obviously things that we always carry over. We like to say that we're not going to do them, but we end up doing them. Even if, I don't know whether it's like almost genetics. Because
I think it is. I think it is. I'm pretty sure every guy that listens to this, or hopefully everybody that listens to this, has kind of experienced this as well.
Yeah, because my dad left whenever I was 5.
Yeah.
Right, whenever he left, and so I mean, obviously there's some room there for some childhood trauma
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember that. However, it may still be down there somewhere, but I still find myself saying or doing something where even like my mom will say, "You sound like your dad right now." Like, and she does it, and I was like, "Oh shit!" It stops me in my tracks like immediately. Like, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all do that.
Redacted.
To get you fired up. She knows the buttons, dude.
Oh.
It's the buttons.
All right, we ready for question 4?
Do it.
All right, Brian, we'll go back to you.
Sorry.
All right. Do you think shit. There we go. Do you think men are aware of the patterns they're repeating, or do most of us just kind of fall into them? Do we know that they're happening? And we kind of just talked about this a little bit.
I don't think we can help it.
And then, like it's like we follow the pattern because we're obviously
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think at that point, some of the stuff you're already like, okay, yeah, I need to fix that. I wanted to fix that. And something you're just like, well, I don't want that big. There's too much stuff at this on my plate to change about myself.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm getting kind of safer. That I got to cute maps.
Sure. Now, me, I kind of agree with you. I where I'm kind of getting, I think there are some that we're aware of that we can't find our way out of.
I think, yeah.
Right. And then there are other ones that, we may have never even thought about that being a pattern or something that we kind of just fall into.
Yep.
I think that most
It's a pattern.
Yeah. Most people who are relatively self-aware will understand that they're falling into some type of pattern somewhere because they can see it happening. But things will catch us off guard, here and there. But I think that most people can see them coming for the most part. But there are some that we do just kind of fall into things that just kind of happen. And there's not a whole lot we can do about it until after we know that it's actually happening.
Then it's happening. Yeah, I get that. And sometimes you don't want to hear that either, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody does point that out, then you're kind of like, oh, shit.
That would be. I see them in a pattern. Okay,
Yeah.
that's how I first realized that.
Yeah. Actually, not you, Brian, but I have a question for Kevin.
I have actually kind of something I want to bring up, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got something I want to bring up. Something that I was just thinking about. And, as we talk about the different generations and we're looking, whether we're raised by our, father, grandfather, parents, grandparents, whoever it is that raised us. I feel like the older generations had less. So being that the older generations had less, they were trying to discipline us when the era we lived in, all of these toys came out, all of these things came out. You know what I mean? And our parents didn't have that stuff. They didn't have the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they had less. Therefore, that's what they knew. So they were trying to raise us the same way. And, we, of course, all, you're in school, all the kids have the new toys. I want a new toy. You know what I mean? Just all the new technology, all the new shoes, all the new whatever. But our older generations didn't have that.
You just gave me like the biggest nostalgia, not to be too much off topic about it. Mine was the biggest memory on that for me was the starter jackets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I wanted one for
the NFL starter
years
jackets.
and years and years. And finally I got a Miami Dolphins starter jacket. And I thought I was the freaking man, right? Like, but that took forever. And I remember, I think it was my 5th birthday. Not too long after Dad left, Mom sent me and Laura to get myself a Ninja Turtle for my birthday.
Nice.
Going to Hills to get a Ninja Turtle.
Yes, dude.
Right. And
hell yeah.
And we ran out of gas. And we had to use Ninja Turtle money to get gas just to get back and get mom to work the next day. Yeah. But sorry, Kevin, go ahead. I apologize.
No, dude, that was great. I love that. I love sharing that kind of stuff, dude. No, but I just think that like the older generations didn't have as many things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the material things. Like I feel like our generation did come up with a lot of material things.
Well, yeah, but when we grew up in a, if you will, a technological explosion.
Right.
Like they,
and compared to their generation,
to the boomers and to our grandparents, who grew up in essentially the Depression and Industrial Revolution. The tail end of the Industrial Revolution. Seriously,
that's how far. Yeah,
they were born in the early 20s. Man, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
They were
so
literally
they
just post World War I. Yes, but not right now. Only if you are on the screen. Okay, so for reference here is Brian and I are on a modified fast pitch softball team, and those chats get a little wild from time to time. And Brian's phone is connected to his computer. So whenever Brian received a text message on his on his phone, he receives it on his watch and on his computer, and they're literally talking about fisting people in the chat at this moment, because we had a good day today. We won.
I was going to say we're doing so good.
Opening day, it was a great day for softball. But yes,
anywho.
But Kevin, before we get on to the biggest question, I do have a follow-up question.
Yeah,
that we didn't talk about that I wanted your experience from, because you have grandchildren now.
Yeah.
Right. Have you noticed your boys, girls, kids, children doing things that you yourself did and maybe advertently or inadvertently taught them? Do you catch them doing things, saying things, acting a certain way that you used to do?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. And I think that as I'm seeing it, I'm trying to correct it in real time.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. You see your kids doing that and you're like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, let's talk for a second. Hey, that I'm not right when I did that. So let's do things this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And trying to correct it as I see things.
And was that something that you had? They said, listen, I did this, and I don't want you to make the same type of mistake?
Yeah.
Or, okay, then, okay, cool.
That's what when I caught it myself. Like
okay.
That.
What I was asking you is, was that something that your father did for you? If he saw you doing something that maybe a mistake that he made whenever he was younger, that he would say, hey, I fucked up on this. Don't do this the way I did it. Or hey, I used to do that exact same thing and it got me here. Things like that.
No, Dad didn't share a whole lot. I can't really say that my dad shared a whole lot.
I can't say that I'm surprised.
Yeah, but, you guys know Dad, so yeah.
Yeah.
His kid should be seen and not heard.
Yep. Yeah.
Instantaneous, like, okay, I shouldn't have disregarded between me and your mother. I shouldn't have done this. He shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have tried this or something, but I didn't.
Yeah. I'm kind of going through that right now.
Yeah.
With my 19-year-old, right? He's almost weirdly following on the same path as me.
Okay.
Right. Had a full scholarship to college and dropped out halfway through his second year. But I was one to kind of just jump in and get a job right away, and he kind of dilly-dallied a while, and then there were some things that he's doing. I'm like, listen, I've made that mistake already. Don't be a dumbass.
Don't do that.
Like me. But that's not something my father would I'm not sure that he would ever admit that he did much wrong. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, let alone
Well, I
have a
don't think
conversation with us.
what we're doing right now, think about our parents doing this. There ain't no way. No way.
Well, especially your dad.
Yeah, I know.
Your
I'm
dad
aware.
for sure. Like our dad, I could see our dad doing something like
Well, yeah,
this. Yeah, like the host.
as long as it was
Yeah.
acting.
Yes, or yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Sports and shit. Sports and shit.
All right, so let's get into the big question here. We've gone through the first four. We're doing pretty good here. We're going to slow it down. All right, so here's the real question. All right, what did you need from your father that you never got, and how has it affected you? What did you need from your father that you never got, and has that affected how you live now?
I don't think there's anything that I really ever needed from him. Things that I wanted, but I've overcame that.
Do you overcome that? Sorry.
No, that's always. I never really got anything wrong with him. I mean, like you said, cautionary tale. It was all felt to that. So, and I don't think I ever really, now I don't desire that I had anything. Because if I didn't learn as I went, then I would.
Right.
I would own, or I would definitely not be mentally as aware as I am now.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Let's have a secondary opinion here on
Secondary
this.
opinion.
Yes, since you had a completely different upbringing, I want to hear that second.
Honestly, I think, the thing that I'm trying to do more is show more emotion as a man to my boys, and that's okay. That's all right. It's okay to show emotion to, your wife, your girlfriend, whatever. It's okay to lend a hand when somebody else is down. You know what I mean? Or if somebody needs help, step up and help. And don't always have to be told to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just recognize the situation and act. And I think just kind of things like that are what I'm trying to help instill in my boys, that I feel like I didn't always get that insight from my dad. But I learned later in life with the emotional, seeing a man that hard, that is that strong and just that hardworking blue collar man show emotion, changes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Changes the way you see somebody. And when you see them actually open their heart, it affects you. And I feel that showing me that it's okay changed everything.
Right.
And I try to put that into my boys so they can see that at a younger age and live life a little bit differently, so they can have a little more love in their life, maybe.
All right. No, I think that was two pretty good contrasting views on that. I think that we'll hit quite a few people here with that. So a couple of things that I want to make sure that we're kind of taking away from this is, none of us, no one gets a perfect blueprint as to being a parent, being a father.
This isn't the closing argument, is it?
No,
Tell me before you do the closing argument, because there's a couple items that I want to say before.
no. This is just a couple things that they're going to take away before the
I hate to interrupt you when I say that.
the
but
ending, the
Yeah.
closing argument.
yeah, there we go.
That's so very judicial.
There's a lot of judicial things going on right now. Anyways, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
That's all right. Every guy gets something, but we also during that process we always miss something with that fatherhood. But the stuff that you didn't get doesn't just disappear, like we had talked about. Like there's things that are cautionary tale, right? There are things that we just strove to do or not to do, just because we got it or did not get it. Just it doesn't disappear. It shows up in how you handle pressure, your relationships, your emotions, all of that. And if you never look at it, you're not going to fix it. You just let it pass on. But I think Brian and I both talked about us being self-aware enough, aware enough to understand it, and at the very least attempt to make a change to that. So, Kevin, this would be your time before we get into our closing argument.
Thank you.
If you will.
Just a couple little items that I want to throw out there, that, things that I thought of before we started the podcast, if you can believe that. A little planning ahead slightly. Just a few things. Discipline repeats itself, and what you do with that. So if you were disciplined in your life and you carry that on with your kids and you keep them disciplined and they keep their kids disciplined, it follows itself, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness will free you for any wrongs that may have been done. Communicate.
Hold on to that.
Okay.
For 1 second.
We'll go back to that one.
No. Let's you keep on your notes because I will forget my question.
Okay. Communicate better than your dad did. That's what I have written down.
Okay.
Emotional.
Okay, let's go to the forgiveness real quick.
Go to the forgiveness.
Forgiveness
for you.
For them or for you?
You.
So forgiving somebody is more for you than it is for them.
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead. Continue on.
Communicate better than your dad did. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think we all, just a generation of parents, they didn't speak a whole lot. It was more action. And then also emotions are normal and it's all right to show them. We're humans. It's all right. You don't have to be the badass all the time. It's okay. I don't care.
Quite sappy.
It is sappy.
It
That's
is sappy.
all right.
That's all right. You're getting a little sappy in your old age.
The stoner in me. Sorry.
All right. Is that what you got?
Yeah. Other than the note of the older generation didn't have what we had, so they did without.
Okay. Do you want to? I was going to say, do you want to take this time to bash on boomers?
No, I don't.
Listen, if you want to bash on boomers, I'm all about it.
Listen, I know, I understand, I understand, but not now.
Okay.
Another time, perhaps.
Right. That's fair.
All right.
So, yes. All right, guys. So before I wrap up, again, two quick things. Number one, we are not experts. We are not here to give advice. We're just kind of giving you our opinions. Yes. And please always make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun shit with the podcast. We also do have a YouTube, and we also have Facebook pages, Instagram pages, and TikTok page. I don't have a X account yet for us. We'll eventually get there.
Suck.
But X
sucks so bad.
X is quite a bit. It gets kind of crazy on there. So,
all right.
Yeah, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, leave us a comment, write us a letter. Just do something. We want to hear something fun or not fun. Just bring it to our attention. We
tell us something.
Yes, we want
anything.
We want conversation. So,
is anybody listening at all?
Yeah, there are people who
There's
are listening.
tens.
There we have tens of subscribers.
All right. Well, those tens.
Yes, which is actually
tell us something.
A little better than I anticipated we were going to do.
Yeah, so, it's better than the three of us, I guess.
Yes. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and end with this here. If this brought something up for you, don't just ignore it. you don't have to have all the answers tonight, but being aware of it, that's where it starts. And if you've got kids or people who look up to you, just remember, they're learning from you and what you do, not what you say. Check on your people, and whatever you're carrying, do something with it. We'll talk to you degenerates later.
Do it.
Arf, arf.